And one of the features, actually stemming from one of my pet projects over the last 15 years, we're adding about 500 new bookmarked resources to the site, all super organized because that's what I do. And one of the sites on Apple Archives you might be familiar with is Applied Engineering. Started this a few years back. The highlight update for this year, I bought a pricey dealer notebook and scanned in all of the dealer newsletter updates. So some interesting historical things and hopefully a few gems of information that are in there, and that's available now in PDF. And Beagle Brothers. Who doesn't know and love Beagle Brothers? Actually, I think Beagle Brothers is probably my all-time favorite Apple II company. But we've added some more graphics. We've added the PowerPrint and shape mechanic manuals, courtesy of Javier Rivera. And I added the Flex Text manual, a new Beagle Brothers bulletin from '88 that you probably haven't seen, and an Unleash the Power catalog from 1999. So at this point, I think we're still missing a few, but we've got the vast majority of the catalogs online at this point. And I think most of you were here last year, so you probably know the coolness with Woz coming and helping me introduce the WozPack Special Edition, really awesome book of his technical notes, handwritten and printed from the 70s that we spent a year enhancing. It continues to be available on Lulu and Amazon and others. And our cool announcement with this is we are donating a copy of this to the Library of Congress because we think it should be preserved much longer and outside of our group. And actually, I think that's such a cool thing that I think we should find other key Apple historical books and try to do the same thing. Maybe make more people become part of the community too. Australian Apple Review. This is a really nice magazine from our friends down under. We've actually been working on this for over 15 years, and it's involved a number of people, Terry Allen, Andrew Rohan, Bill, myself, and actually the National Library of Australia actually contributed some issues they had in their archives for us to scan and put online. So these are new PDFs, enhanced graphics, all online. It was actually published by Gareth Powell from '84 to '87, and it's available today. They had fun covers too. And another project we're involved with, well, our project is virtualapple.org. How many of you have heard of that? Good, good, good. Yeah, it's sort of what Jason's doing with the JS Mess. It's emulating games, programs in your web browser. The database is actually used by ActiveJS, which you've probably been running on your iOS device, and others. We now have over 1,500 database titles, and we're adding a big update next month. And I should probably, pause here a minute to say that we've had so many different ideas this year that we've started with and run with that are still coming at some point. But we got a little distracted with an email we received that made us refocus our efforts. And we're introducing what we consider to be the biggest recovery project with over 250 titles. This is one of the largest collections ever from a single company, which would be MECC, the big educational company. And yeah, with this, we've, like I said, we've been collecting this for years, software manuals, but with so many titles and fairly limited availability, we could only make so much progress. But we recently got a major influx over the last month. And MECC is actually still used by over 1,200 schools in the US today and more around the world, which is pretty cool that educators still find it of value. And yeah, we've spent tons of money and time and cool stuff. But the goal of the site at mecc.co, we're going to have a complete product outline. We're going to have a kind of a highlight of each product, completely re-envisioned manuals in HTML format, so they're accessible on any device. Software, of course, so you should be able to run this on any platform. And we just did a little quick kind of sample, so we've got some of the glimpses highlighting the products. Kind of a quick before and after, what a manual cover might look like. All the text, of course, has been OCR'd. And this will be accessible, of course, through Virtual Apple as well. You can download the discs, PDFs, etc. And we've, as I said, had a number of contributors to this. It's important to note some of them, like Steve Taffy, who was the last CEO of MECC. He fully approves of the project. He's contributed a lot of manuals. He's connected us with a lot of the resources we've been able to get. Philip Bouchard, who was the programmer for Oregon Trail. He's provided a lot of catalogs. Michael Markegard was a recent major contributor and is also an educator. Of course, Anton Vignow, who helped us make the digitization of the media actually possible with the copy protection. Bill, myself, and many others. And this is available today in limited scope at mecc.co. It is an ongoing project. We're just in the middle of diving into this, so expect to see more major updates coming in the months ahead. We'll be updating it continuously, but all 250 titles will be coming. We do have some online right now, and we're targeting completion sometime next year. Moving on, another part of APPLE is Call APPLE, or Call Apple Magazine. How many of you have heard of that before? Yay, okay, that's a good answer. So that, of course, started in 1978 along with the founding of the users group by Val Golding, and it's been published for over 30 years. Cumulatively, we've published over 10,000 pages across 7 different publications. And related to that, one of those publications is Mac APPLE. And up until recently, we've only had a few issues accessible to put online. And but going through our storage in Washington State, we discovered some issues we didn't know we had. So we're in the process of scanning those and creating a whole new index. And there is one issue of this available today for free download in PDF format. So I hope you'll check that out. It's a fun gem of the period. And not to parody anybody, but one more thing. Returning to the Apple computing world in August, Call Apple Magazine. And that's it for my presentation.
Brian, what's the target audience other than us for the magazine?
Details forthcoming. This is a sneak preview.
Okay.
Would it be print or online?
This is a sneak preview. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Brian, Virtual Apple II is more possession of documentation we don't have associated with games. Is there a way for users to submit scans of documentation for Virtual Apple II that you don't have?
Oh, certainly, for Virtual Apple or Apple Archives, AE, Beagle, and so forth. Sure, just You could send either Bill or I an email. There's contact links on the website. Sure. Yeah, we definitely appreciate contributions. And actually, in the case of Mac APPLE, while we do now have the majority of the issues, there are still just a handful that we're missing. So maybe some of you have them in your collection. So yeah, we definitely appreciate contributions. Yes?
Final revelation, Kevin Gaggy getting a slogan?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Is Kevin Gaggy going to have to get a new slogan?
Who knows? Who knows?
Details.
Details forthcoming.
So as long as continuous, right?
Of the Mac APPLEs? Oh, MECC. We do have a full index of all of the software, so we know everything that we should have. Exactly, and where do you start? But having a master index to work from is definitely a benefit. We do have that. And what? Yes, yes, absolutely. We certainly like to embrace the community and have help. So we will be putting that list online. We probably have, just off the top of my head, I would say we probably have 90% of it or more.
But you'll have like a separate wanted list?
Yes, we will. And a lot of the media too was available in 3.5, 5 1/4. So some of the media varied. There were different versions. They actually released for platforms besides the Apple II as well. So it's they were pretty extensive. Anything else? Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, at 10 o'clock we have Mike McGinnis doing a Apple III emulator, and after that Martin Hay with Lawless Legends. So have a few minutes break.
Taxi list.
Okay.